This is Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Something isn't right. We should get out of here.
No. Have to start over. Here we go again.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
There we go.
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the railroad. I'm not your enemy.
If that's true, you have nothing to fear. Who told you how to contact us?
Dr. Amari told me how to find you.
Very interesting. Last question. Why are you here?
I found a Courser chip. Can your people decode it?
You have what? This is not a joking matter.
I didn't know we were having a party. What gives with my invitation? Oh, I see you invited the Courser killer. Nice.
Deacon, you're late. You're saying this intruder actually killed a Courser? Single-handedly? Oh, that'd give even Gloria a run for her money.
Newsflash, boss. This guy is kind of a big deal. If you're done interrogating him, you might want to show this Courser murdering machine a little courtesy. Just a thought.
I owe you an apology. Anyone who kills a Courser is good in my book. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the railroad.
Hopefully we can work something out.
What you're asking for puts us in a tricky position.
Des, we need to let him in. He's got an intact Courser chip, for God's sake.
That violates our security protocols.
To hell with that. He killed a Courser. There's no way he's working for the Institute.
We're letting you into our headquarters. You're the first outsider ever to be given this privilege. We'll discuss the details about your chip inside.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across
Don't
the
try
Commonwealth.
anything, stranger.
Nothing
We
to
having
report at
fun
the
yet?
moment. Stay tuned for updates.
the least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been ages!
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the courser chip.
Why do you want the courser chip?
Institute tech is light years beyond what we have. And a courser chip is top of the line. I'm not gonna get into details, but that chip could help us save lives. Maybe throw a wrench in some of the Institute's operations. So, hand over the chip.
Fine. It's yours.
All right. Tom, make it happen.
All right,
This
little
is
courser
Radio
chip.
Freedom.
Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you.
Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Give Tom time.
We're
He'll
in.
get that chip
Chip
decoded.
accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be.
How many synths
Come on,
spared
baby.
the Commonwealth
Show me that
last
pattern.
month? One, I know.
Where is it? Wait,
You heard what happened.
they're using the same
That's the op that
logarithmic
went to
function
shit,
as the
right?
key generator.
After Ticonderoga, all hell broke loose.
Got you, you
Only one
Institute
runner
bastard.
came
I
out.
got you.
The Institute must have been tailing A9 from the
Sovereign.
start. Well, maybe.
Come on.
A million things could have gone
Show
wrong.
me that sweet bass.
Dutchman ain't
Come on,
talking
baby.
to no one no more.
There we got it.
Rest in peace,
We got the
brother.
code. Let me load that onto the
11
holotape
p.m.
for
out
ya.
there.
Good work, Tom.
Hey, yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will
quiet
hold up
here.
next time, does?
Stay tuned for
Start
Minutemen
working on the
alerts.
rest of the chip. And you, I'd love to work with you
This
more.
is
Let me know if
Radio
you're
Freedom,
interested. But to be
broadcasting
crystal
all day,
clear,
all
if you
across the
use that
Commonwealth.
data and discover anything
to
involving the
report.
Institute,
Keep it tuned here for
you share it
updates.
with us first. Otherwise, our relationship will be in jeopardy.
Hey.
If we're going to be dealing more with each other, I need to make sure that we're on the same page. You know what a synth is, right?
I've heard rumors about them.
They are synthetic humans created by the Institute. So close to real people that the distinction is meaningless. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools.
That sounds like slavery.
Exactly. So we seek to free the synths from their bondage. Give them a chance at a real life. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man? Even if that man is a synth?
It depends on the circumstances.
There's no middle ground with this. Would you risk death to save a synth or not?
Once, I pledged my life to protect my countrymen. I don't see this as any different.
Well said. Someone with your skills, your beliefs. Normally, we'd try and recruit you. But right now, we don't have the time to train up a new agent. There are, however, other valuable ways you can contribute. And in turn, we can help you. See Deacon for details. You're free to go.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Come here again if you need to meet us.
Hope you didn't mind the reception. When you tango with the Institute, you gotta be careful.
Your leader was just being cautious.
She's lucky you calmed things down. I don't react.
Exactly. But it's all good now.
Don't worry.
That's what I want. So Dez wants me to make you a tourist. I'm just gonna...
I'm not sure.
Here's my one
Uh-huh. Whether it's synth,
follow-up.
someone has to stop them.
Excellent. They put
If you're fighting the...
most railroad agent sales pitch over.
You made some...
I got a job. Too big for me? Then, if you get it,
Maybe not.
I won't do a hard sell.
It's midnight here at Radio
Hi.
Freedom.
A job I was talking about, still wide
All's
open.
quiet across the
You
Commonwealth.
help us out, and
Stay
I
safe out
personally
there.
guarantee we'll help you out down the line.
Sign me up then.
Perfecto. Let's meet up at the old freeway.
This
If we
is
don't move
Radio
fast,
Freedom.
we're gonna start
It's
glowing.
10 a.m. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of it. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate Sorry. You're not the only one. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. Here's the simple explanation.
Radio Freedom, voice of the
You
Minutemen.
need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area.
Right. I'm sure it'll work.
For the record, I haven't made any promises. But if you can build this device and make use of that code, can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for one.
I got it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to make it in there. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best. It's my only hope for ever being. Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
Protect and serve.
Hello? 11 a.m. here at Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report.
Hey.
Stay
There's
safe
a
out
smell
there,
I'm never
everyone.
gonna forget. I'm sorry I laid all that crap about my feelings on you a while ago. I hope it hasn't.
I don't remember.
Are you kidding me? I told you everything about me that you didn't know. But most of all, we talked. Sounds like
Not at all. In fact,
I really appreciate you. I know I've said this. Up to now, I never had anyone, but you're different. I feel like I can let you in and see me for everything that I am. What I was hoping you could do is look me in the eyes.
of course I do.
You're what? You said you're in love with me. I didn't know. I mean, I felt something between us, but I thought it was something else. Why? Why would you fall in love with someone as screwed up as I am?
Because you're special to me, Kate. And I don't think...
You really mean that? This has to be the first time I put all my cards on the table and didn't end up losing everything. You don't know how much this means to me. To have someone special in my life. I promise you. I mean to make the most of it.
Protect and serve.
Hey.
Need something?
Hi.
Need something, lover.
How do you feel about our relationship?
You don't have to ask me that. You just need to listen to your heart.
How do you think things are between us?
I'm having some pretty naughty thoughts about you right now. So I'd say we're doing pretty damn good.
Your thoughts?
I can't believe that Virgil bloke turned himself into one of those monsters. I've heard of been desperate.
That was it?
Sure.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 12 noon.
Don't you
Nothing
have
to
work
report.
to be doing?
Keep it tuned here for updates.
What do you need, General?
Can you take a look at these schematics? A scientist named Virgil said they could get me.
The Institute? Why in the world?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad.
This
We'll
is
give you whatever
Radio
help we
Freedom.
can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming
All
you could
quiet
build
here.
this thing,
Stay tuned for
what
Minutemen
exactly does it
alerts.
do?
Did you know the Institute has a teleporter? They call it the molecular relay.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
You can fix just about anything. Guns, computers, people. Just gotta have the right tools.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously?
Nothing to report.
I didn't know you could be...
Stay safe out there,
Anyway,
everyone.
the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me yet. I think I got the gist of it, but it's gonna take some time to work out the details of some of the hairier sections. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Hey, Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Nothing to report.
Yeah.
Stay safe, people.
Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 1 a.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. here at Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Hey, Valentine.
Time to hit the road?
Just looking to trade a little.
Yeah, sure thing.
This is Radio Freedom.
Hey.
This better be
Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
worth it.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom.
Just gotta make sure we've got enough power.
Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. AM here at Radio Freedom. Hope you're listening from a safe place. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Sure it's all on the same grid. All the parts have got to be able to talk to each other, you know.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Just gotta make sure we've got enough power.
Just looking to trade a little.
Make sure it's all on the same grid. All the parts have got to be able to talk to each other, you know.
Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
It's 5 a.m. This is
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Whenever you're ready. Okay,
Freedom, voice of
hold
the Minutemen.
real still. I don't want any
Quiet
corruption of the
across
molecular beam.
Stay safe out
Oh
there.
yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for...
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are
This is Radio
unstable.
Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen.
I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Can't pick this. Would need the key. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your father. Talk to me.
Father? Father, help me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation... You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am... your son.
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believe... Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? And here I am.
But why?
This is
why
Radio
take a
Freedom,
child?
Broadcasting all day,
Why
all
take
across the
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it?
Which is how we like it. Stay
Why
safe
me?
out there.
At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. But then the Institute found me. After discovering records from Vault 111, I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths meet.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. Institute technology prolonged his life and his usefulness. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Sure. So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility, the Institute.
Stay safe out there.
It's important.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen.
They need your help, Sean.
Nothing to report at the moment.
It's rough up there, to say the least.
Oh, we've tried that. Surprised? The Institute once tried to help create a stabilized Commonwealth government. It ended in No. We look after our own now. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that.
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me.
Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please, you want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Sometimes Quentin is really mean to me, but my mom says I have to be nice anyway. visual receptors malfunctioning. Can you not see the grime and dust?
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Operating at full capacity.